Thanks to the power of IMAX theaters, the movie Hurricane on the Bayou has captured what the great city of New Orleans was like before and after the devastating effects of Hurricane Katrina. But we wanted a more personal look at the country's most destructive weather event on record, and we didn't have to go too far. Backstage correspondent Tom Gregory was living in New Orleans at the time and lost almost everything he owned. Here's Tom with more.
When the storm of life is raging, stand by me.
It doesn't matter where you live now. Once you call New Orleans home, it always calls you back home. Before Katrina, when I said I was from New Orleans, people wanted to know about the French Quarter, the music, the food. Was Mardi Gras like Girls Gone Wild? No, it's better. Now when I say I'm from New Orleans, I get that sympathetic head tilt. And they ask, did you lose everything? At first I'd say yes and go into great detail, but then I end up losing my audience. Now, when they ask, did I lose everything? I say yes, including my faith in the government. See, they knew how the loss of wetlands had left an American city vulnerable, but they ignored it. But you can't ignore it. Not when you experience the new IMAX movie, Hurricane on the Bayou.
This is for Sam.
For as long as I've known co-director and writer Glenn Pete, saving Louisiana's coast and its unique culture has been the driving force of his work.
We were doing a film about how the coast of Louisiana is washing away, and the greatest consequence of that problem would be if a big Category 5 hurricane hit New Orleans. And we shot the film, and we thought we were done, and then a Category 5 hurricane just barely missed New Orleans, but managed to flood the city.
Nobody knows. But without enough wetlands to absorb it, the massive storm surge tore through the flood walls.
Nobody knows. Trouble I see.
The city began to fill with water.
Glory.
But here were the nightmares we had worked so long and so hard to portray on film,
Nobody knows.
actually happening before our eyes.
Electricity went out. Communications broke down.
Nobody knows.
Oh, it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come.
Everything was different for all those that called New Orleans home. In fact, the country was different. A difference that refocused the film for producer and director Greg McGillivray.
We went back after Katrina occurred. We mounted an expedition to actually go in there and film, and then we completely rewrote our story and went back and filmed the true life stories of what happened to our main characters.
Now, Mama, can't you hear me cry? Mama, won't you come and see? Gonna break through my eggs.
Choosing the folks who would be the storytellers for this film, it seemed so natural to pick musicians, and we got really lucky.
My baby got the fire. Oh, yeah. I got the room.
Two of the musicians featured are my friend and Grammy nominee Tab Benoit, as well as Amanda Shaw.
At the piano is Alan Toussaint, the famous New Orleans music producer. We're joining with other musicians to get the word out about one of America's biggest environmental problems, the vanishing of our wetlands.
Wetland loss is personal for Tab.
Have you ever loved a place so much that you dedicate your life to saving it?
The Gulf is 10 miles closer than it was when I was a kid, you know? That's alarming. That scares you, you know? You're out there going, what is going on?
That island there, that used to be a sugar plantation a mile wide.
The statistic right now is that we lose a football field of land every half hour.
Why care about a swamp? Well, in that swamp, up to 25% of this country's natural gas and oil is produced. Without it, what do you think your heating bills would look like? And not to mention, it acts as a speed bump for New Orleans.
Well, we've lost a lot of the buffer that's always protected New Orleans from hurricanes.
If the wetlands go, this city is not going to survive, period.
One of the most important things about New Orleans as a city itself is it's the original melting pot of this country. It's where the cultures from different areas of the world all came together to form a new one, to build a new culture and a new country.
As Hurricane on the Bayou so dramatically points out, a renewed wetlands gives hope to a national treasure that is New Orleans, and to all that call it home, wherever they are now.
We're in your hands, thunder and lightning, no help to be found.